Welcome everybody to night 2 of the ESC Fan TV 3rd Annual Awards, people. We've made it here. That's right, Eurovision is just 2 weeks away, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for those who joined us last night. Tonight is going to be an epic night. 7 awards last night, 7 awards this night too. We've got some crackers coming up for you people and a brand new panel. Should we meet the panel? I think we should. Let's say a very good evening, bottom right, to the beautiful Donna. How are you, my love?
Hi everyone. I'm feeling lovely tonight, and I've tried my best to doll up for the occasion, so bring it on.
You look stunning. And top right, equally beautiful, Joe, how are you?
I'm well, Stu, thank you. And yeah, back again for night 2. Can't wait.
You look fabulous. Equally fabulous in his gold and black suit. Get up there is Mr. Staging, Mr. Choreography himself. It's Oban. How are you? Oh, no, I'm joking. It's Elliot. How are you, Elliot?
I'm good, thank you. You know, I just went to SN last night. I saw a fair bit of sparkle, so I just, stole some when they weren't looking and whacked it on half a. This side will be fully next year, but yeah, should be fun. Third one of these should be good.
I know, it's like you just come out of a Croatian performance with Jack Hudek, and you just thought you'd recreate something special for us tonight on ESC Fan TV. Great to have you on, Elliot. Just make sure you choose which way you're facing. Maybe it's gold, or maybe it's black. Tonight we will find out on ESC Fan TV. Joining us here, just like chocolate, it's Belgium's finest. It's Alina.
Oh my god! Thanks for having me. That intro. That was amazing.
Good to have you on the show, all the way from the Czech Republic, but also somewhere from Cyprus. It is the wonderful, the glamorous, the eternally culturally orgasmy. It is Oban.
Dobre večer, Kalinita, iyi akşamlar, good evening Europe. It's good to be back. This is the night of the year. So here we are. Let the game begin.
It sure is. Good to have you on, Oban. Joining us from the north of England, our phenomenal creative director with all of his wonderful videos and drinking the most amazing sparkly champagne this evening. It is the wonderful Sean.
I'm surprised you didn't call me a Yorkshire pudding, to be honest.
There's still time.
It's great to be back. Looking forward to this. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you, Sean. And also, from all the way from Deutschland, via Wales, we have the most amazing Georgia. How are you?
Hi everyone, I'm great, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This was actually the first show I watched last year, so super great to be on it this year.
It's great to have you on it. And it took people 6 minutes to get a Eric Sade reference. Did we see that? Let's have it back on screen. There you go. And just for you, Jeanette, here is your evening's Eric Sade all wrapped up into one. There we go. And Eric Sade has never looked that good. Last but not least, it is the fabulous co-host. It is Tom.
Hey, good evening, Stu. Looking forward to another fabulous evening. I'm already chatting with people in the chat room. Good evening to Chris, to Andy, to Dan, Jeanette, Gustav, Anita, Andrew, Chris, Tim, Vanya, Thomas, Michelle, Phil, Ian, Neil, John, Tracy, WIBM, David, Dan, and Tristan. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you all over the course of the next hour or so.
That's right. Make sure you give Tom all of your love this evening. He wants chatters in the chat room chatting with Tom. There are 115 or so of you in there right now, people. So what are you doing? You must click that like button. Yes, you must. You can click dislike later if you don't like us. That's fine too. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, most importantly, grab a hold of our bell and give it a damn good tinging. That's what we want. That is what we want. 7 awards tonight, people. You have decided tonight's winners. A little bit about how this has all come about. This is our 3rd year going at this. What happens is our panel decide who they'd like to nominate. So it's our fault for who's in the running. And you decide, that's right, you decide who wins. So if your favourites don't win tonight, tough, it's your fault. There we go. 7 awards. We're going to have Best Rock, Best Group, Best Retro Award, Best Staging and Choreography, Biggest Guilty Pleasure, Biggest Cultural Orgasm, and the Best Composed Award. That is your... Don't put stuff like that. Can we go back to that comment, please? What is Michelle saying? Is Stu wearing makeup? He doesn't look as red today. Well, you know, night 2 deserved my own makeup studio. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you for noticing. Very shiny, just like Elena from Cyprus. Let's go now to the nominations for Best Rock. Let's take a list. So there you have it. They are your nominations, or our nominations for Best Rock, and you've decided the winner. But we're going to find out what our panel think. We're going to start with the rock chick herself. Actually, there's several on the panel tonight, but I'm going to go bottom right to Donna. Donna, I saw you bopping away there to quite a few, especially Achille from San Marino.
How could I not? Honestly, he's just sex in rock form, isn't he? He's fabulous. God, this is a really tough one for me because I really love a good rock tune, like I know Joe does. And oh wow, what a year for it! Oh, I'm torn now of who to decide. My pick would obviously be Cyan Kicks because they're a fabulous group, and I think I nominated them for a few different categories. But again, I still love a bit of Achille. Can I have two?
No, sadly not. You can have one pick, and remember, we need a match.
Oh gosh. Well, I will, on this case, choose Cyan Kicks.
Cyan Kicks for Donna.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to all the rock chicks first, and that means I have to come to you next, Joe. And there are some really, really, really great rock songs in this category. Who are you going for? Why?
Yeah, it's a tough decision. Just to name a few, there's obviously Cyan Kicks, Voyager, I loved. Lee Sister, I loved as well. Gosh, so many, but my heart is always going to be with the very first song that we found out was going to Turin. I love Intelligent Music Project. I love Bulgaria. So Intention for me.
Thank you, Joe. Intention and Bulgaria for Joe there. Oban, let's come to you next. Who would you go for and why?
I mean, for me, it's a very easy pick. It's not a strong year for rock songs for me this year. There's a one earworm and one and only Jezebel. So my pick for tonight is Finland, and I hope they got this.
Jezebel for Finland for Oban. Let's go to Georgia next. Georgia, who would you go for out of this selection? Who would be your pick for best rock?
Oh, I agree. It's so tough. I mean, all the Nordic countries really delivered this year, but I'm gonna go with Norway and Frode, Black Flowers. Such a timeless rock song, really. It's great.
Thank you very much, Georgia. So everyone's going for different songs at the moment. This is working out well, isn't it? Let's go to Elliot next. Are you going to go for any of the same as your panel, or are you going to go for a brand new name?
I'm going to go for a match, actually. There's one that I agree with, and it's Donna. It's Cyan Kicks. I love the song. I have from the minute it got released, and I love them as a band, and everyone knows how much I wanted that song at Eurovision, because it was proper rock, Paramore-esque. Love it, still do. I think Voyager's probably going to win it, but my vote went to Cyan Kicks.
Thank you, Elliot. Sean.
Hiya.
Hello. Best rock, who would be your pick?
I've got a couple, but I'm not going to only have one. So it's a tie for me, but I'll stick my neck out and say Cyan Kicks Hurricane, because it's a damn good tune. Rasmus and Jezebel were very, very close, but for me, Cyan Kicks.
Okay, so we got 3 for Cyan Kicks, a clear leader at the moment. Elina, what would you go for?
Well, I'm in a dilemma. I can't choose between the Rasmus, Reddy, and Little Sister, so I'm just gonna pick the winner who wins this award.
You can't play that game. You have to pick one.
No, Eric Sade. Nah.
Eric Sade. Hey, well, we had some interesting choices last night for songs that weren't even in categories, so that works too. Tom, who'd be your pick? And also, what is the popular choice in the chat room?
Is there such a thing as a popular choice in the chat room? They're just as split as we are. Michelle's gone for Cyan Kicks, Achille, and Voyager. I did ask them for a 1, 2, 3 forecast, though. I thought we might try and tempt fate on that one. Tristan's getting excited because Cyan Kicks seems to be leading just about in the chat room. But John Boy's gone for Achille. We've got the fact that, and I've got to scroll all the way up on this. It's great. Tim reckons it's got to be Trollfest. WIBM reckons it's got to go to Finland. Phil's going yay for Voyager. Me personally, I'm all about Jezebel. It's the Rasmus for me, but I am a Rasmus fan as well. Keep the comments coming in, guys. Got a couple of 1, 2, 3 forecasts there. Looking forward to marrying them up very soon. WIBM just wants Alina just to embrace Finland to make them happy.
Right, great picks, guys.
So I have to choose Finland, actually.
Are you going to go with Finland? So when does that make the score now? I think it's a tie, isn't it? Rasmus and Cyan Kicks, or is Cyan Kicks just ahead? I think we're going to go for a tie. Let's find out who you at home have picked as your best rock. There you have it. Congratulations to the Rasmus there with Jezebel winning. What's that? Oh, I'm hearing we have the Rasmus standing by. Hang on, let me see if I can bring him in.
Hi, we are
the Rasmus.
Thank you so much for voting us for the best rock act.
And thank you for ESC Fan TV. See you soon.
There you go. Thank you very much to the Rasmus there winning this year's ESC Fan TV Best Rock Awards. No Mel on the show tonight, but I'm certain she would approve of that victory there. I'm going to move on now to our second award of the evening. It's Best Group. Are we ready for this one? Let's have a little listen to who our panel have picked.
You say I am not afraid of what's in front of me. You can't try me. Vuela sobre la disco, vuela hasta mi mordisco.
거칠세 보축이 너의 입에 слово. Big beat is hot, big beat is cool. Silence is the final beat, made essential. But it's a dangerous thing to do. You always wanted to be a star. You can move
Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Oh, where are you now? Anytime I'm home alone, I'm never in a safety zone. I am too terrified.
Ti vorrei rubare un cielo di perle e pagherei per andare via.
Deep in the very high sky show, blinded just and strike up.
Ready for that boom, give my grandma, give that buffet banana, give that boom.
Entonces darás, entonces darás. Grita abajo, esto da filena sin paz.
There you have it. That's your nominations for the Donna Sluggett and Ian Cunningham Best, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Best Group Award. Let's go to Donna herself. No Ian tonight, but Donna,
Yeah.
are you happy with that selection?
Oh gosh, it's quite a varied selection, isn't it? I mean, some of these I wouldn't necessarily class as group because they're duos rather than group, because that normally means more than three, really. But you know, hey, two people's not a duet. Anyway, yeah, happy with that selection. It's quite varied, isn't it? Because we've got such a wide, diverse pack entering into Eurovision itself this time. So, oh man, I've got to choose again.
By the way, we did have Spaceman as a ballad last night, so I think it's fair to say we're quite fluid with our choices on ESC Fan TV. I'm not sure. I think I'd agree with you. I think maybe we should next year make it 3 minimum or something. There we go.
Well, Roxanne was a ballad, obviously, last year.
Roxanne apparently was a ballad last year. Yes, that's right, isn't it, Elliot?
It got third, so people still agreed with me.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of diversity on ESC Fan TV, and I'm being very generous when I say that. Donna, back to you.
Oh gosh, okay. Well, I know I definitely entered Cyan Kicks for this, so I'm backing this again. I don't care. Very shameless, and they deserve to be there. They're a fabulous group. They work so well together. So that's my pick, Cyan Kicks.
Cyan Kicks. Thank you very much. Georgia, let's bring you in on Best Group. Lots of great ones there. Who would you go for?
So I'm going to ignore all the duos because two aren't a group. I have to agree, but can't pronounce their name, so I'm just going to say the group from Moldova because they
Zobzidob.
Exactly. I love the song, but they also seem like so much fun. I mean, I'd go to a pub with them anytime. And I loved them when they went twice, right? Yeah, but I only know
3 times.
Okay, so I only know the most recent one before this, and I loved them then, so they have to win this tonight.
Thank you very much, Georgia. Alina, let's come to you next.
Like, what a tough selection to choose from. Like, I'm in the doubt between Denmark, Iceland, Viardomi, but I have to choose Norway, I think, because it's Norway. Like, we have to love them. So I'm think maybe no. Yeah, I'm gonna choose Norway. I think, yeah.
Thank you, Melina. Let's go to Sean next. Sean, are you going to go for the Wolves? That's what I want to know.
Do you know what I want to win?
Go on then.
Kano!
This is going to become a meme, isn't it? We're just going to pick random artists that are not in any of the categories moving forward. I can see this happening.
Oh, no. It's got to be, for me, this year, We Are Domi, because it's just a class song. It's the best. Well, it's not quite the best, but it's the best of the group selection. So yeah, We Are Domi.
Thank you very much, Sean. So let's stick with that theme to someone who's actually in the video to Where Are You Now. Let's go to Oban.
So I think it's before I say my pick, I have to say that there's because we are on the topic, there's a huge respect and love to Kalush and everything they've been going through actively throughout this process. They stick to their music, they stick to their guts, they stick to their commitment for Eurovision. They fought for their place to represent Ukraine. And I have to say, besides the war and everything, they're a massive, massive force to reckon with. Having said that, I think they came up with a massive song that in Czech Republic, nobody know what Eurovision is. Like 99.9% of the population, they don't even know, they don't even follow it. But now every day, 10 to 20 times, I hear the song playing on the several radios. And I think We Are Domi is a massive success already for Czech Republic. And I hope they are going to be recognized for their success by the European community as well. So I'm going for Czech Republic.
Thank you, Oban. I think Miklos Josef was a massive step forward for Czech Republic a few years ago. I think Lights Out by We Are Domi is a phenomenal step forward even further. So I agree with you 100%. Let's go to Joe next. Joe, some really great groups tonight already. We've had rock, we've got groups now. There's some entries from Portugal showing up now. We've had Denmark a couple of times. Who would you go for and why?
I think there's so many of my favourite artists and songs just in this category. So, I mean, if we mention, obviously, Subwoofer, we mentioned Domi, which I absolutely love, IMP, everyone. But for me, and I think you guys know, I have to stick with my boys. I have to stick with Seti Zeni from Latvia. They are absolutely awesome, and I love them to bits.
Thank you very much, Joe. Can we just bring Jeanette's comment back on screen, please, Tom? So I just want to reflect on this one. I want a banana in my salad. Jeanette. Too much information. Elliot, who would be your pick and why?
Yeah, let's see if I can follow that comment from Jeanette. I actually can't remember who I nominated in this because there's like 3 or 4, which I think that may have been me. I can't remember. So I'm just going to stick it at somewhere where I'm surprised no one's actually mentioned yet, in France. It's a proper song which isn't in French, but it's impactful, it's witchy, it's awesome, it's incredible. And it got a lot of hype and it sort of died off recently, which makes me worried, but I still think it's fantastic. So I'm going to go with Alban and Arhez. And I know everyone on this panel, or the majority, are thirsty for Alban. You can't tell me otherwise, because he is everywhere on Twitter. Everyone loves him.
Not my genre, darling. Anyway, moving on.
You say that.
Yeah, well, there we go. I'm sure there's at least one panelist that feels slightly thirsty for Alban, I'm sure, on the, just saying. Tom, what are the chat rooms saying? And also, are you thirsty for a bit of Alban?
Well, let's face it, Thomas has said if Eric and Kano get a mention, then he must mention the greatest hashtag ever.
Which is? Justice for
Lansby and Helter. Sadly, they weren't there this year, but hopefully next year they will make a comeback. Fingers crossed. I think we have to give them a mention, credit where credit's due. However, we've got some 1, 2, 3 forecasts. Gustav's gone for Bravidi, eat your salad and give that wolf a banana. Neil's just going with Kalush Orchestra, as is Tristan. Lee's going for We Are Domi. David's torn between 3, but he's ultimately going to go for We Are Domi. And Gustav just says, my award got hijacked yesterday as well, so I'm happy to see it happen to other And Declan loves Sign Kicks, Ready the Rasmus, or We Are Domi. Sister Alvin has from that bunch, and it's so hard to choose. And speaking of difficult choices, I suppose I should actually offer my own kind of choice on it. And do you know what? I'm going for We Are Dommy. What a great group. Fingers crossed for them this evening.
Thank you, Tom. And by the way, I see there's a lot of people, a lot of activity on different social medias tonight. So if you are watching this wherever you are, come and join us on the YouTube chat room, or in the YouTube chat room, and chat away to the other chatters on there. There'll be a lot more activity, I think, than on Twitter and on Twitch. But thank you for those who are watching live on Twitter and Twitch. It's really appreciated. Right, we're going to find out who you voted for. Are we ready for this? Donna, it's your award. Let's find out who the followers of ESC Fan TV have voted for in this category. So there you have it, victory for Zobzy Dob, and I can't pronounce the other band members that they've done a combo with. But anyway, we have them standing by. So let me bring in Zobzy Dob.
Not Roman. I've told you before, if you're playing outside, put your hat on. It's cold.
Mom.
Oh, and you've won an award.
Oh, thank you. And thank you to all our friends at ESC Fan TV for voting Zobzy Dob as Best Band. We are so lucky! Chisinau, Bucharest!
There you go. Big thank you to Zobzy Dob there with that wonderful, wonderful speech. There you go. Donna, are you happy with your winner?
Yes, absolutely. You know, these would have been one of my second choices. So, yeah, absolutely. I want one of those hats. Where can I get one?
I'm sure we can get you one. I'm sure there's one going very cheap right now. Once it's been unravelled. Anyway, let's move on to the next, your third award of the night. Joe, this one's for you. It's the Best Retro Award, dedicated to our Joe. Let's take a look at who our panel have voted for.
Ko brez mene drugim stran odhajaš, hočem te, a ti drugemu srce oddajaš. But I'm not afraid, I am ready to fly, reach for the light. Plus l'idole qu'on assassine, coule des larmes de crocodile. Tout casser dans tout gavaya, montante, mega tempo tu. Andei fel, Bolla hobby steeds med smed. Min tvoja tafel, kor tvoja tafel. Ideš de sal, soltaj a voz I gritaj.
L'abitudine è una brutta bestia, un parassita che lentamente infesta.
Dammi un mordisco, me dice. Day for day, you're my happy go lucky. Jamaica, senza dico fora, limpo lágrimas de velhas memórias. E o tempo dá-me força e o vento. Não me parece interesante. Con lo que tuve, ya tuve bastante. Riscado, hoje vou beber ginjara, ginjara, ginjara. Doce, mas parece errado. Nothing but spaceman, and I wanna go home.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Who the hell voted Sam Ryder as best retro? Joe, let's come to you. Some great entries in there. I'm going to discount Sam Ryder from this award slightly, I think, because I'm not sure who did that, but I think maybe we got the awards mixed up somehow. There are some really good songs in there. Ginger Ale is a personal favourite of mine. I think it's fabulous. I love Rachel Good from Ireland, except the note at the end. But there were some really good ones in there. Who are your favourites and why?
So many in there. Yeah, I was already thinking about discounting Sam even before you mentioned it. I thought, no, can't be. Yeah, my absolute personal favourites in there, which is Os Azotonas and Sorte Voce Canto from Festival de Canção. I absolutely love that song, so that's my top pick. But big shout out to LPS and to every other one in there. I think they're amazing. All of them, they're fabulous.
I agree with you. I agree with you entirely, Joe. Thank you very much. Let's go to Elliot next. Elliot, who would be your pick from this category?
I mean, in a rare state of shock, I actually agree with Gustav. It's either got to be Pauline or Monica Louis because they're both fabulous in their own way. Like Monica, it sounds instantly like a 1950s jazz bar. I feel like I'm like in a club and I want a martini in my hand instantly whenever I see her sing and perform. And then say there's Pauline, which is just so retro 80s camp. And as I said on the Twitch party, it's Lisa Rinna if she went to France. She looks just like Lisa Rinna with her hair and the jumpsuit. I don't care. But it's brilliant. And she has a giant harp on stage as well. But I think when I think of retro, my mind still goes to Sentimental. So that's what I'm going to give it to. Also, she's fucking fabulous and gorgeous. Excuse my French, but she is just elegant, and I want to be her friend because she looks like a lot of fun as well.
She does. And I want to just go to Georgia next. And can we just give props to the two guys in the Marta Zango entry in Spain, because they are living their best lives right there. Go back and check that out. If you've seen them live in Benidorm Fest, they were doing whatever the hell they wanted. They were loving every minute of it. Georgia, some great entries there. Who would be your pick?
Oh, it's so difficult. I mean, there were some really good choices in there, some not so good. But I think I'd have to go with Pauline as well. I think if she were to have been chosen, France would have gotten a really good result. Yeah, it's just perfect, really. I love it.
Thank you very much, Georgia. Okay, so moment we've got Monica Lou, because I think a lot of the chat room would go with Monica and Pauline from France. Donna, who would you go for and why?
Oh gosh, again, there's a few here, but I'm almost going to agree with Elliot, actually. My picks really were Pauline from France, Monica Lou, and then it has to be Gianni Morandi from San Maremo, third place. Oh my God. I've always been a sucker for a bit of a good old-fashioned rock and roll. You know, I grew up with Shaky and a bit of Elvis in the background. So how am I not going to love Gianni Morandi? Apre tutte le porte. It's such a great song. So that's me. I'm going with Gianni all the way.
I must admit, I've got a bit of that probably would be my guilty pleasure, actually. It's a bit of fun. Alina, who would you pick?
So I love France, but it would be too obvious that my pick would be my neighbor country, and that would be too political for the Eurovision Song Contest, so we're not going to do that. So I saw Denmark, and then I was like, I'm going to go with Denmark, so I'm picking Denmark.
Vote for Ready. Thank you very much. Oh, no. No, it wasn't Ready. It was the other one, wasn't it? It was Happy Go Lucky. That's the one. Thank you very much, Alina. Sean.
Yeah. Well, not Monica. Sorry, not Monica Lou, because every time I see her, I need therapy, because I had a haircut like that between the ages of 6 and 12. It's true. My mum put a pudding bowl on my head and cut round it, and I can't just look at it. So, you know what? Oh, there's a question here. Is Anders Bagger, is it retro? It's kind of 90s-ish, I suppose. Is that retro enough for you? That's a great song. I love it so much. But I've got to go with Very Brava, Rafaela.
I love that.
It's wicked, isn't it? It is. And I'd not heard about it until I started doing the videos for this process. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's great. Great tune.
I know. And I love it even more because every time it comes on, Elliot's face, it's brilliant. He grimaces. He absolutely detests it. It's brilliant.
Put it on repeat.
Look at his face now.
It's the bad wig and the bad Ali G boiler suits. I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry. I can't. I want to, but I can't.
Oh, we love it. We love it. And yeah, hashtag Team Rachel. If it weren't for that note, I think she would have run Brooke very, very close. Oban, your choice, please.
Stuart, in all fairness, I didn't have the chance to follow the French and Spanish national finals. So the two songs from France and the second song from the Spanish semifinal, the lady, got me a little bit confused. But I'm gonna stick to my nomination, and all the way. And it frustrates me like it frustrates a proud father. LPS Slovenia, they're just so underrated, and they just deserve the world. So I am definitely rooting for Slovenia.
Thank you very much. And yeah, I agree. Maybe not 2019, Chris, but maybe that's a bit close. We might have to put some rules in place next year. And Tom, finally.
Oh, sorry, I'm having so much fun chatting away in the chat room. I'm like totally engrossed by everyone's comments. I have to say, special shout out, because Neil would like, Pearl Carr and Teddy Johnson nominated for the Retro Award if Sean can nominate Keno. So I think there's some great logic in there as well. Tristan's got his fingers crossed from Ginger Ale, but I have to say there is probably a majority there for Monica Liu and Nui Pauline. Me personally, what a tough choice. It's a tough choice. Oh, I'm going to go for Monica. I think I agree. I agree with Elliot and Gustav.
So I think Monica,
bitter kind of like tablets that kind of like really stick in the mouth, and I have to say that. But I think I agree with Elliot and Gustav. I'm going to go for Monica.
So I think Monica Liu just shades it, actually. Let's find out who you at home voted Joe's Award for Best Retro Vibe. Shall we find out? Let's do it. They have Monica Liu. We have a match, people. Yes, our first of the evening.
Make it stop.
Joe, are you happy?
Yes, she's absolutely amazing, and she was lovely when we met her in London. So, yeah, she deserves it completely. Well done, Monica.
I've just been told we got Monica Liu standing by. Let's bring her in.
Hi, this is Monica Liu, and thank you so much for this Best Retro Award. ESC Fan TV, mwah! Thank you so much.
There you go. There's Monica Liu. And by the way, thank you very much to her for doing that. There was about 3 different cuts of that, which I will play at some point, because there are some hilarious takes, which she won't mind me sharing. She's brilliant. She's so much fun. Thank you very much to Monica. And thank you, Joe, for your award. We're going to move swiftly on to another panelist award this evening. It's Elliot's award for Best Staging or Choreography, because, hey, we didn't know which one we were going to go for. You got both. Let's find out. Yours was yesterday, Alina. It was Best Male. We're going to find out who our panel have voted for as nominees. Let's find out.
ahora para.
Sorry, 'cause the world is hurting me. I learned to live just like my mama said. Only place where love can thrive, filled up with love, where we belong. I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope,
Noche, cada noche dođe, kako sam se misliš ti. Ama ljubi nemamo vreme.
Wow, there were some interesting entries in there, wasn't there? First one for Serbia. Not sure we'll forget that in a hurry. Elliot, this is your award. Some good ones in there. I thoroughly actually like that. Really like that category. Who would you go for and why?
It's difficult because with staging, you've got to sort of almost like take the song out of it, because staging can make a song stand out or make it fade, and that's how I look at it. So I've got to give it to the song which I'm not a huge fan of, but I really do like the performance of it. It does elevate it, and that is Subwoofer. I'm not a huge fan of the song. I don't think it's brilliant in studio, but the live performance, everything does click and make it really cohesive. And it does kind of make you just go, what? And it keeps you watching for 3 minutes, and that's the job of a good staging director. So I think I've got to give it to Subwoofer.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Another fan of Subwoofer on the show is Georgia. Georgia, who would you go for?
Subwoofer, obviously. I mean, I'm pretty sure I nominated them just because I think everything worked so well for them. I mean, the staging as a whole, like Elliot said, keeps you wanting to watch, and the choreography is fun, but it's easy enough that you can kind of learn it and dance along. It's just perfect. So yeah, I mean, I have to say Chanel is also awesome, but I think Subwoofer just has that bit of more unexpected twist, probably because they're wolves. But no, definitely them. It's amazing. I love to watch it. I'll watch it like at least once a day, maybe twice.
Thank you very much, Georgia. There you have it. Breaking news, Georgia watches Subwoofer at least twice a day. Joe, are you a fan of Subwoofer and you watch it 2, 3, 4 times a day?
You know I'm a fan of Subwoofer. And yes, I do watch it quite often, I'm not going to lie, or listen to it anyway. So either or. Almost got the dance down to a fine art now, I have to say. Just a little bit of tweaking.
We're going to see that in Turin. I think we'll have to get that on video, you know.
No, we won't. Yeah, I love it though. And yeah, Subwoofer for me as well. I think this is their category, isn't it? The dance is perfect and they're just an amazing. So I love all the others, or a lot of the others, not everyone, but most of them. But Subwoofer for me every time.
So we've gone Subwoofer so far. Subwoofer crazy. Let's go to Alina.
Okay, so I share Subwoofer almost daily in my Insta stories because they make videos about other Eurovision artists and they're just amazing, like amazing. That's only a reason why they should win Eurovision, because of those videos. But I was really close to choose France, but that's way too obvious for a Belgian, so I'm gonna choose Tone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Interesting choices so far. We've got Norway and Tone from Sweden. And by the way, I saw a comment from Gustav on there. I didn't vote for Sarah Joe from Serbia. I'll have you know, somebody else must have. Wasn't me. It wasn't me at all. I wonder if you can guess who I voted for. Another man who loves big choreography, usually because Cyprus send the same damn song every sodding year. It's Oben.
I mean, in all fairness, like, this is one of the most important category in Eurovision, because this makes or breaks a song, and this makes or breaks a winner. So if you have a favorite going in and you have a shitty staging or performance, you lost all your chances winning, and you go like Eleni Freira in 2018. You go to Lisbon, 18th place. You go onto the semifinal stage. You come out of as one of the winner candidates to win the whole thing. So it's one of the biggest, the most important categories, I think, in a Eurovision winner. And in all fairness, there's only a single artist this year, which the solely the performance and the staging and the choreography makes her come out of top 4, top 5 to win in a very tight race, 5-horse race, Eurovision, and it's Chanel from Spain. The staging is a turning point, and the only thing that matters in that song, not the song, not the voice, but the staging and the choreography and her presence makes the song, and hence solely for that reason, she is the most deserving winner of this category, I believe.
Thank you, Oban, and well said. Sean, who would you pick for best staging and choreography?
Well, I started writing a few down, and then I stopped when Stefan came on. Boing. Oh, God. I just love everything about Hope. I love his voice. I love how it sounds. I love the whole thing with the shootout, the duel. I think the stage is pretty good, but this isn't about the song. This is about staging. I thought Little Fires was brilliant with the dress shot up in flames. Really, really clever. But I've got to give it to Subwoofer. I've got to give it to him because it's just so out there and it's just so awesome. So yeah, Subwoofer.
Subwoofer it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. So Subwoofer's winning this, I think. By the way, Michelle, that's Mikhail Joseph of Czech Republic, I think you're referring to. Donna, you get to pick your choice for best staging choreography. Who would you have picked from that wonderful group of artists and songs?
Oh my god, this is so diverse because you've got choreography on one hand and then you've got staging on another. Yeah. Sometimes the two do go hand in hand, but not always. And when it comes to choreography, actually, I do like Chanel's choreography. I think it's really good. And my god, the effort she puts in is incredible. So honorary mention definitely to her. She's not going to be my pick, though. The one I wanted is not here, and that's Constractor, because her staging was phenomenal. And I still think it is, and I always will. But, of course, it's not part of this award, and I'm going to mention her regardless. It has to go to Subwoofer. The whole package is there, isn't it? The staging, the dances. It's fairly easy, even for someone who has 2 left feet like me. I can reasonably do that. So yeah, Subwoofer gets it for me.
Subwoofer. So Tom, it's Subwoofer, but who would be your pick? And general, what the chat room's saying?
Well, I think we've got a bit of a conflict here because let's face it, what have we got? Chanel has the full package. We've also got the fact that Dr. Ross says Chanel first, then Subwoofer. David says this is the only one that Chanel deserves. Tracy's going probably Spain or Norway. Tristan nominated Chanel and reckons he might have chosen the winner. Interesting. And Lee is also going for Chanel as well. And I think, to be honest, and Phil reckons that Trollfest should have been nominated for this. I think, I'll be honest, I think I agree with my chatters. I think I'm going to go for Chanel because I think if we're doing it on choreography, I think she's got the moves.
We'll go with Chanel. Well, I think on balance, though, because I think those in the chat room are giving Subwoofer their second place, given that the panel have all gone for Subwoofer by 1 or 2. It's Subwoofer's in terms of our vote, at least. But what did you think at home? Let's find out who you voted best staging and choreography. Yeah, so congratulations to Chanel for winning your award, Elliot. Dare I ask if you're happy? It wasn't your pick.
Not my pick, but I'm not surprised either which way. Like I said, it's memorable because of the dancing and also because of what she's wearing. And that is part of it. Like I said, I still think for the full package, including the lighting and the staging, I would have given it to subwoofer. But choreography, people do remember that over what colour a light was. So I can't argue with it.
There you go. Oh, and apparently we've got the young lady standing by. Let's bring her in.
Hi, I'm Chanel, and thank you for voting me.
There you go. Thank you, Chanel. And she was great to meet, by the way. Go and watch our interview with some of the artists from tonight as well on our YouTube channel. Right, we're moving on. We're halfway through. We're actually just over halfway through. Moving on to our next award. This is where we get into kind of the fun ones, or the funnier ones, I should say. Not fun ones, funnier ones of the evening. Biggest guilty pleasure. Right. Are you ready for this? Let's find out who our panel have voted.
Quillietaina, zdrowy kosy, Meghan Markle, Quillietaina.
Hey ho, let's go, follow come on and rock and roll. Join the train, be our guest, hey Chanel, you caress.
Hey, stupid, that's right. And it's coming from you in that dress.
Let's go, get your trash can, nobody can plan a sort through it, bend over there and jiggle that piece. You're a cycle mom, loving those cheeks.
Running my veins, help me survive in the dark waters. Zobaczymy Batama, a sobie na mnie hama. Wodimy koszama, oboje nie dam ja. I swear I'm so serious, serious, I'm seriously in love. I know I have to let go, but just give me the night. Tap, tap, turn this around, yeah, turn this around. Tap, tap, turn this around, yeah, turn this around.
Todo game é saltei, depois espreguicei, mais jeito que eu dei. Agora marco planos com o antecedente. Look me out, look me down, look me out, look me sideways.
There you have your nominations for Guilty Pleasure, and we're going straight to Georgia. Georgia, it's not only is your first year, it's also an award named after you. Who would be your pick for Guilty Pleasure?
I don't know. I mean, to me, most of those songs aren't even guilty pleasures anymore. I mean, whoever put Bess in there, shame on you. That's not a guilty pleasure. That's just a pleasure. But I'm torn. I want to say Cornelia just because I said I didn't like her song, but now I do listen to it a lot. So to me, it's a guilty pleasure, but it really doesn't fit the category. So I think I'm going to say Brooke, just because that's such a fun but messy song, and the staging is it just looks like something from Junior Eurovision, really. So I'm gonna go with Ireland for this.
Thank you very much, Georgia. Sean, your pick.
Oh, yeah. Song Deville. I'm surprised that Song Deville wasn't nominated for best choreography and staging, because I loved it with all the slidey panels, and the camera work were great on it, and the dancing were great on it, and I loved that. And so why didn't I nominate it? I don't know. Spagna. What the hell is that? What the hell? I don't know. It's got to be a toss-up between Circus Mercus for me and Alina Remedy, and I'm going to go for Alina.
Or Alina with Remedy. Thank you, Sean. Alina, who would you pick and why?
So first of all, Jeanette, we all know who my guilty pleasure is, and I'm not ashamed for it. But I have some thoughts on this one. Like, I'm trying to be a healthy girl, and I should eat more salads, but we're not gonna do that. And I mean, Belgium is Belgium. We love it. I mean, yeah. And what was I going to say? For me, Cornelia Jacobs is at this point my winner, so she's not a guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure should be Theos, because he's so cute. He could be like my little cousin. I would support him all the way. I love that dude. Wait, not much as I love Eric Saade, by the way. But yeah, it's going to be some duo.
Thank you, Alina. Donna. Now, so Spagna, by the way, is phenomenal, Sean, just saying. And I suspect Donna might have voted for it. So, hey, Donna, who are you going to pick and why?
There were so many that I could have voted, and yes, she was one of them, because she was so fucking brilliant, actually. Well deserved to be there on that San Remo. By the way, if anyone didn't watch San Marino, do watch it next year, because it was so fabulous. It was like a car crash at times, but it was brilliant. No, I mean, most people are expecting me to say Constructor here, but she's not my guilty pleasure because she's my 12 points. I will champion her all the way, so I can't go for her in this one. So, Brooke, Sarah Joe, I mean, the outfit. If anyone could get away with that outfit, my God. Please, Stuart, do never look that outfit up, please. Please. I don't want nightmares. Ram Pam Pam as well. Ram Pam Pam, brilliant, except she did not allow herself enough time to breathe, so her singing was squashed by it all. I don't know. The stage was great though. Circus Mercus, how can you not love Circus Mercus? That's another one that I love it. But no, Stripper. I'm going with Aculi all the way on this one. He's
Thank you very much.
My guilty pleasure.
I can tell, and thank you for giving me that idea to find myself a Sarah Joe outfit. Let's go. Talking of someone who probably has got a Sarah Joe outfit, it's Elliot. Elliot, who are you going for and why?
You bloody wish, not a chance. Probably out of that mesh material, but that's where it stops. Yeah, somebody's our guilty pleasures. Cornelia Jacobs is not a guilty pleasure.
No, I agree with you.
The bookie's favourite and a very emotional, powerful, real song. See, I love Alina's song as well. I don't see that as a guilty pleasure myself. We're going on guilty pleasure. It's either Brooke, because it's pure camp trash and it's a mess on stage, but I still love it and bounce around. Or Daughters of Reykjavik, because they're wearing literal trash, some of them, like the gold tinfoil skirt. I think I'm going to have to go for Daughters of Reykjavik, because it's sort of stuff I would never listen to outside of Eurovision Songbook, and so it is Daughters of Reykjavik.
Thank you very much, Elliot. I must admit, that would be one of my guilty pleasures too. I've kind of taken to it. Let's go to Joe next.
Yeah, there's so many good songs here again, isn't there? I do love Circus Mercus a lot, for example. But yeah, as I told them in London, and they even wrote on something when I asked them to sign it, they are always going to be my guilty pleasure, even though they're everybody else's guilty pleasures at times as well. My Latvian boys again. I'll go for City Cine.
Thank you, Joe. Great choices. And Oben, who would be your pick for guilty pleasure?
I have the perfect guilty pleasure still. Considering the things that they like to eat, veggies, and it makes me feel guilty to sing along in a car ride. Like, Phil and Michelle, be ready. Like, most probably we'll be listening this in the car all the way to Turin like gazillion times. Like, I have to stick to my guilty pleasure. I love to eat veggies and beep. Citizeni,
Dick,
you are my guilty pleasure.
Thank you very much, Oben. Tom, guilty pleasure. Who's your pick?
Oh, this is obvious for me. It's Teos. Song do be.
Such a good song.
Absolutely. All the way.
Such a good song. Right, let's find out. Let's find out what you at home have picked. There you go, congratulations. You did, Sean. Elena blah, 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 from Estonia with the song Remedy. And, oh, we've got a standing by.
Hi guys, thank you so much for choosing me as your this year's guilty pleasure from this year's Eurovision season. I'm so happy and so grateful. Thank you so much for listening to my music and my songs. I really wish you all lots of love. Kisses and hugs.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah.
Georgia, did that make you happy?
Well, this is actually the only song I didn't know before, so I'll listen to it and then I'll let you know tomorrow.
There you go. Right. We'll move on pretty quick then. This is your next category. 2 more. This is your biggest cultural orgasm. Let's find out who our panel have nominated.
I'm up in space.
It's unforgivable. Fight for your life.
Pensa em nós onde estiveres.
3, 2, 1, all the girls go echo. She wants your man sound longer than gecko. Oh, when you don't
So there were your nominations for Biggest Cultural Orgasm Award. And let's go to the man himself. It's Oban. Oban, which of these songs got your juices flowing?
I mean, Stuart, there were some weird shit nominations in this category. I have no idea what some of us were thinking in terms of having a cultural orgasm. But you have to bear with me through this. I have to acknowledge that some of the names, Spain's Terra, the singing there is such a beautiful cultural orgasm. Portugal's Saudade, the singing and the instrumentation. Ukraine's instrumentations, Montenegro's instrumentations. So many good songs have been nominated, and I really love the fact that we're going to see some of them up on the stage in a week time. But there was one girl that is gonna take it home for us this year. This Arash, you could hear the Arash, you could hear all the 11 composers and their backgrounds in that song, and then there's like my beautiful Andromachi is gonna take it on with this Oriental, the gorgeous Oriental sound and gorgeous Oriental singing. And damn Cyprus, you made us proud again. CYBC, good job.
Tom, I don't know why we have him on. I really don't know why we have him on. Every year the same. Every bloody year.
Yeah, but it's great, isn't it? I'm looking forward to the year when Cyprus doesn't get nominated for this award.
That's next year.
Quiet. He hasn't taken his shirt off yet, so we're still good.
There's still time. It's still time. Alina, who would be your... by the way, thank you, Oban. Great choice. Alina, who would be your pick and why?
Well, again, I should be a healthy girl, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna choose my neighbor country because of different reasons.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Donna. Donna, who would you pick and why?
Again, this is a really tough choice, isn't it? Gosh. I mean, I love Saudade. Beautiful song. And Texigueras as well for Spain. Beautiful. And that one for me should have probably won it instead of Chanel, but never mind. Ukraine.
Just on that, Donna. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, sorry.
Texigueras never looked as good as they did last night, is all I'm going to say. Go and check last night's show.
Stunning. Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. And it's now they're now referred to as Tanksigueras. That's the name.
Tanksigueras.
Tanksigueras. That's the name, yeah. Go and check out last night's show if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Sorry, Donna, back with you.
That's all right, don't worry. Oh my gosh, where do I go now? Yeah. No, I was really torn on this one for my top three because there was literally minuscule points in between them. It would be France, the Ukraine, and Moldova gets my vote in this one. Moldova, oh my god, Zobzidub, I've loved them since I saw them the first time as well. So this one for me gets me bouncing and dancing every single time, and it sums it up so well. So Moldova.
There you go. Thank you, Donna. Joe, who gets your cultural orgasm vote this year?
Gosh, this is one where I would say that as much as I love my Citizen boys, I won't vote because I still probably think they should have been in this category. And also, however, it's a toss-up for me between Zobzi Dub, and I think the winners for me are Alban and Ahaz and France, because I absolutely adore that song. Absolutely love it. So yeah, one for me.
Thank you. It looks like France and Moldova are winning this so far. And there's a vote for you to take your shirt off, Oban. I'm going to vote that you don't. Let's go to Sean next.
Hiya. Oh, well, personally, sorry, Oban, but Ella, Cyprus, I preferred the muted music, to be honest. I've got to say. Sorry, pal. I love you, mate. You know I love you. I hope you're not having a stroke there. You okay? I've got to go for Portugal, Moros, Suade. Oh, I can't even say it. Suade. I've had too much champagne. Suade.
Swadi.
Yeah.
The hell's that?
Whatever. It's a great song. It's just like slipping into a warm bath, isn't it? It's just yeah, that one. Yeah, that. I think I better put this down, don't you?
Do you know what? With that, I've completely forgotten who I've asked and who I haven't asked. Let's go. I can't remember, Georgia. I'm going to take a bit of a jump in faith here. Have I asked you? No, I haven't. That's good. Oh, back on it again. Who would be your pick and why?
I'm gonna tell you my top three first. They're just too great not to be mentioned. Ukraine, obviously, they did it again. I mean, last year was amazing. This year is amazing. Obviously, Moldova, love them. I think, yeah, they're very close, but I have to give it to France just because they're not singing in French, which that alone I think is great for once. And yeah, just it works so well together. The more modern part with the very traditional sounds, and I think Elliot called it witchy, and I just 100% agree with that. It looks so cool on stage. Like we're seeing some witch trial, or I don't know. Just, yeah, my pick, definitely.
Thank you very much, Georgia. Elliot.
Yeah, if anyone knows me from this Eurovision season, there's only one song that will win this for me, and that is Tanti Guerras with Terra. I love this song, loved it from first listen. I thought they were phenomenal in the national final. Disappointed they didn't win over Chanel, obviously, but yeah, it's when I think of like authentic, that's what I look at and that's what I see. And it's not just the song, it's the performance as well, with the gold makeup, with the traditional dancing, with the tambourines. And I feel like I should apologise to my flatmate who has heard this song God knows how many times because of me since January. So of course my vote is going to Terra.
Thank you very much. Another one for Tanti Guerras. Right, let's go to Tom. Tom, how are we doing in the chat room, by the way?
Do you know what? I think there is. Well, David seems to be wanting to offer some interesting words. He wants his nod of France to be Oben's nod of Cyprus.
Oh,
but as
that's
also
fighting talk, isn't it?
Oben will take his shirt off when Cyprus makes top 3, which would be quite interesting. RJ's put France first and Cyprus second. Michelle reckons Oben's deluded. Declan's gone for France on this one. Feels promising. He only nominated Zobzy Dub for one category. And yeah, there's lots of love for France here. But I'll be honest, I'm riding the Moldova train. I am riding the Moldova train all the way to the station. Oh, by the way, final point. France is a cultural song, Oben. Fight me. That's from David.
Right, let's find out. Let's find out what the public have voted as their biggest cultural orgasm. Can't wait to find out. There you have it. Huge congratulations to Mauro of Portugal and Oben on behalf of David, because it's a dual award this year. What did you make of the top 3, and are you happy with the winner?
I mean, excuse me, but in all fairness, if Cyprus wouldn't be in this category, definitely my 10 points of this year, Portugal is the biggest cultural orgasm of the year. So I think it couldn't be more well-deserved than this.
Thank you. Thank you. Very gracious. Sorry, I almost forgot. I've just heard that Mauro is waiting by. Let's bring her in.
Hi, I'm not Mauro from Portugal, and I'd like to thank ESC Fan TV for my Best Cultural Orgasm Award. I love a good orgasm.
There you go. Huge thank you to Mauro there, winning her Cultural Orgasm Award. One more category, people. That's it. That's all of your 14 awards done after this last one. It is, of course, the Best Composed entry. It's a huge award. Let's find out who our panel have nominated.
I don't know what to make of this. Here till the sunrise, but I am doing all the talking. We were safe in our castle. I thought it was built to last, but our love was made of glass. I'm snapping 1, 2. Where are you? You're still in my heart. I've made up my mind, so
honesty would never lose our pride. Your words were nothing if you lied. För jag kan inte andas utan dig. Jag lovar att allting ordnar sig. Är du slagen jag stör.
I'm trying to erase my mind, but you're still like a nightmare when I close my eyes. I'm not gonna miss you now.
Our souls are made to light up the sky like a day after night. So baby, bye-bye, wish you the best. But most of all, I wish that I could love you less.
E ti vorrei amare ma sbaglio sempre. E ti vorrei rubare un cielo di perle.
There you have your final category, final nominations for your final category of Best Composed Entry. And I hope you would agree that we got some absolute classics within our last category there. Donna, let's start with you. You love the musicality in many songs. I thought that there were some really, really strong songs in that selection there.
Yeah, they were actually, and it was quite a difficult one. I think it may have flummoxed some people what the category was actually focusing on here, but the musicality certainly, arrangement, delivery, the whole thing. Just a lot of these were absolutely stunning, so it was a difficult one for me. I'm going to give a big shout out to Poland here, because not only is his voice absolutely stunning, it's beautifully arranged. Snap as well was a really big surprise for Armenia there. Not necessarily the cultural orgasm, because it's totally different from what you would think necessarily Armenia would come out of the bag, but you know, it works here. Hope as well. I'm sure Sean would actually agree on this one. It's fabulous, although it does borrow quite a lot from the traditional sort of filmic cowboy genre, doesn't it? It's very country and western. They've put everything into that, including the kitchen sink. But for me, it has to be Mahmood and Blanco. And this was not my favourite in Sanremo, but for this particular category, I think it fits perfectly. The vocals work so harmoniously together. The musical arrangement that backs them and uplifts them is absolutely wonderful. It takes you on a roller coaster ride through the emotions, and this is definitely my winner.
Thank you, Donna. And it's a superb entry. It really is. Very, very well crafted, very well composed. Let's go to Joe. Joe, some absolutely stunning songs there. Maybe one or two potential Eurovision winners. Who would you go for?
There's it's so hard, isn't it? I mean, I agree with Donna in a lot of ways with what she's saying about how strong the category is. I think if we're looking at it from the point of view of, you know, sort of all composing, you know, the whole bag, I do think Ochman is amazing, because obviously his Christian's voice is fabulous. But for me, and I know I love Sam as well, I've got to mention everyone, but for me it's one that isn't at Eurovision. I absolutely love Sophie and Made of Glass, because, well, do you know how much I love the songwriter, but that is absolutely fabulously composed, and it's classic Ketchel Moreland, isn't it really? So yeah, she's got my vote on that one.
Thank you, Joe. Georgia, who were you picking and why?
Oh, so as we all know, I like the trashy songs. So really, I have no knowledge when it comes to composing music. So I don't know. I think I have to agree with Joe, though, that Made of Glass just, to me, stood out as being just so simple, but at the same time amazing, and it just worked really well with her voice and everything. So with my limited knowledge and everything, I think I have to say Sophie as well.
Thank you, Georgia. I think Sophie's a great choice. I think it's quite tragic that we didn't see that at Eurovision. It's beautiful, really is. Lena, who are you picking and why?
So first of all, I have a question. Can you put every act of Eric Sade in this pile for next year? That would be amazing. Like, I mean, I can try, you know? But I mean, I would choose Belgium, but that's a little bit too obvious. So I'm gonna choose Sweden. Sweden. I'm gonna choose Sweden.
Thank you, Elena. Elliot.
So this is really difficult because you say it's about the composition, and how it keeps you intrigued. I think, I think people realize good composition doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a slow song. I think there's quite a few up-tempo songs which weren't even nominated, though Austria's song and Norway's, although they're a bit trashy, like lyrically, they're very well composed, polished musically. But my vote is going for a song I do adore and wish was going to Eurovision. As much as I want to vote for Cornelia Jacobs, it's going to Elsie Bay. I think that is a stunning piece of music, really well done, and it keeps building in crescendos, and then it dies down right at the end. It hits its peak in the last 30 seconds, then goes, which I think is a brilliant move to do at Eurovision and in a song, because it keeps you guessing, then it hits its peak, and then it tails off, and it keeps you engaged. So Elsie Bay.
Great choice, Elliot. Really, really great choice. Let's go to Oban next.
Stu, I like last Friday night, I was having friends over. We were having the pre-watch party, watching all the 40 songs. They hated Eurovision for the last 700 years. Most probably they will keep hating it for the next 700 years. But one thing was in common. We started that. I told them, give me your top 10. They were like, okay, can we do top 15? And then 2 minutes, can we do to 20? And 2 minutes, again, top 20. It's a year that's full of high quality, beautifully composed songs. And it's really hard, as all the picks on the panel, very highly deserving. But I'm sorry, but I'm from the region. You can tell me bias, but I'm from the region. And the instrumentalization in the Cypriot song and the a cappella beginning of the Greek song, it's one of a kind flavors in these 40 songs. So I'm sorry, but they have to stand out. They need to be appreciated for the difference they choose to do and bring to the table. So I'm going to stick to my Greek girls and definitely supporting them all the way.
Thank you, Oban. And somehow I kind of thought you might go there, but we support and love you for it. Sean, who are you going for and why?
You know what? Oh, for goodness sake. I can't do it. I can't choose. There's just so many bloody good ones, and that's the problem. It's just a strong category. It's such a strong... This is what's great about this Eurovision season. No one knows who's going to win. It's brilliant. Greece, Die Together, like Oban said, that first minute or so, completely a cappella, and it's just stunning. It really, really is. God, not John Lundgren because that was shit. Sorry. Stefan, no. I'm off my face, man.
True story.
Yeah. Sam Ryder, because no one said it yet, and I know Elliot's going, it's my number 40 or whatever, but Sam Ryder, come on, let's get behind the UK. I think it's a damn good song. It's really well composed. It's brilliantly sung. I'm hoping it's going to be brilliantly staged, and we don't need LED screens because it's broken. But yeah, Sam Ryder. I'm going to go Sam Ryder. So there we go.
Thank you very much, Sean. I haven't been paying any attention. I think we've all chosen different songs actually. But Tom, have you been keeping any kind of, I don't know, have you been keeping aware of what everyone's been choosing? Because I've lost the plot.
I'll be honest, I haven't. But that's
I didn't think so.
Apologies to the chat room. I've been doing some chatting, but we got attacked by a bot in the chat room.
Oh.
So
a bot.
A bot. We got attacked by a bot.
You got attacked by a bot.
I know, but
That's
we have dealt with that one.
Was there also a top?
Oh, I'm going to say that.
Wow. What was it? As someone said, what was it? Alina talks about that Eric boy, and the best cam bots are on the channel.
Oh, I feel like I'm missing out. I'm getting strong FOMO here.
You get FOMO from that. What can we actually say? Lots of people loving Brividi, Cornelia. Shout out for Cornelia alongside Spaceman as well. Dan's gone for Brividi as well. Yeah, lots of love for different things, and also big love for Lee as well, who's just posted a big thank you to us as well. Love you, Lee. Thank you very much for that. And my favourite, I'm sorry, I cannot believe. Just share this with you just for 1 second. Gives me a chance to actually. Who nominated John Lundvik? We have to have a word. I think John Lundvik deserves to actually win the award. I think that song was beautiful. I know I have a kindred spirit in Thomas in the chat room, and therefore my chosen song for this award goes to John.
Boot him.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out what the voters have voted for and whether they agree. Basically, we've all gone for different songs, so it doesn't really matter. There's no match here, is there? Clearly, let's find out who you've picked as winner. There you have it. That's the second award for Sam Ryder. He won yesterday. If you didn't weren't on the show, you won't know that he won Best Male. There you go. He's won Best Composed Entry. And I think we can hear from him. Let's hear from Sam.
What's up, ESC Fan TV? It's me again. I just want to say, well, first of all, they've told me I've won a second award about Best Composed Song. That's mind-blowing. I can't take, as much as I'd love to, all the credit on this because my pals, Amy and Max, wrote this song with me over a year ago. But on behalf of the three of us, thank you so much. You're legends. Love you. I'm going to do my best here for you. Bye.
There you go. Huge thank you to Sam Ryder, and the very best of luck to the United Kingdom at Eurovision in a fortnight's time. That's all 14 awards, people. It's been a long 3-hour show over 2 nights, but we'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in. I hope you've enjoyed it. A lot of blood, sweat and tears went into producing this, and at least the UK won something. Thank you, David. We hope Portugal qualify from their semi-final. Only joking, my friend. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my panel. Huge thank you to Elliot.
Thanks, guys. This has been so much fun, as always. And Sean, Spaceman isn't my 40th, it's actually my 12th place. And I would take that in a heartbeat in 2 weeks' time. I just don't want to be sad in 2 weeks' time if we don't do as well as people think we can. But I'm wishing him the best of luck. I'm just a pessimist in Eurovision. I've been burnt too many times, let's say. So thank you, guys. This has been so much fun. And me and my sparkles are going to go retire for the night now.
My friend. Huge thank you to Georgia.
No, thank you for having me. It was great. And okay, I will say UK will not be at the bottom this year. I'm saying it now. 20th place. No, I'm kidding. Top 10. Top 10 for sure.
Oh, I love that. 20th place or better. Huge thank you to Donna.
Oh, thanks, guys. It's been a lovely evening this evening, and I'm really glad I got to be part of this with all you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it too. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Huge thank you to Oban.
Huge thank you to Stu, Tom, Sean, everybody on the panel, everybody watching, everybody was on last night. It's another unbelievable year and can't wait it to get through those live shows. But guys, don't forget, we are not in it to win it. Just make sure that you keep us on your minds in your top 10s, okay? So, just enough, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Oban. Huge thank you, massive thank you to Joe. Thanks for all you've done this last year behind the scenes at ESC Fan TV. We really appreciate it.
Oh, that's absolute pleasure. And you know me, I love my family. I love you guys so much. And I can't wait for us all to have a massive party in Turin. And anyone watching, if they see me or see any of us in Turin, come up and say hi. We love it. We absolutely love it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joe. Huge thank you to Elena.
Thanks for having me. And I just can't believe that Eurovision is here. We're May. It's Eurovision month. This will be all over like in 2 weeks. And then we will be on a break. What we will do with our lives? Like, what? But thanks for having me. I love you guys. You're like a family. Thanks everyone for watching, and I love you guys also. So yeah, peace out.
Thank you, Elena.
Vote for Eric Sader. So hard to do it.
I think we're going to ban Eric Sader. Maybe put one of those keywords. If anyone says they suddenly get removed from the studio like that. Sod it, I'm keeping her off. Oh, someone let her back on. No. Sean, huge thank you. And by the way, I said it last night, I'm going to say it again. I know you get very embarrassed, but thank you for all that you do with all the graphics and all the videos and everything. It's a huge effort every year. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Mate, I loved every minute of it. I love you guys. The family's brilliant. I've loved every drop. And yeah, if you guys see us in Turin, come and say hi. We'll probably be face down on the floor, perhaps. I don't know, but it'd be great to see you. Thanks to everybody for making me a part of this. And first of all, lastly, sorry, I just want to say apologies to Matt Ian. You're only 2 weeks away from getting your boyfriend back.
Thank you, Sean. And thank you to the bots in the chat room. I might put that out there. And thanks for those who are, engaging with the bots. You may have thought you were turning up for an awards ceremony tonight, but who knew you were turning up for great best adult sex dating? Amazing stuff. Tom, it's been wonderful working with you as always. It's been a wonderful year. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you for everything you do.
And right back at you, my friend. Absolutely superb. And also a massive thanks to everyone in the chat room as well. We've got to give a shout out to the chat room, because the chat room this year has been alive and well with so many people contributing, and there's been more and more people every week, and we love to hear from each and every one of you. Even the bots that I am now actually busy blocking still. Again, they love us. They love us. And in response to Anya's question, is this the last show of the season? No, of course not. There'll be news on some shows coming your way very soon for Eurovision week. And also, we've got to review the contest as well, haven't we?
Yes, we have. And apparently it's now 50% off all best adult dating sites. So go and check that out in the chat room right now. It's very, very good discount on free sex. So just go and check it out, people. It's your lucky night. On that bombshell, we say a massive thank you to everyone watching, everyone in the chat room, everyone who supported us this Eurovision season. It's been amazing. It's been epic. Do come and say hello to us if you see us in Turin. And we'd love to engage with you. And thank you so much for liking our shows, being a part of this. Everyone in the chat room, it's so important, so special. So thank you. Much love. And we'll see you during the Eurovision week. Enjoy the next fortnight. We're back, people. Real Eurovision again. Lots of love. We will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.